What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Scorch and Umbra gameplay, and today we're going to be talking about Battlezone. What can be done to make Battlezone a better and more fun game mode? Let's head over and check it out. So this was posted on Reddit by Exchangeable Fat, and this is what Jared had to say about Battlezone. Personally, I wasn't keen on the shop changes to Battlezone. Having armor and a weapon available goes against the spirit of the game mode. I'll resurvey and get thoughts on it. So for those of you that may or may not know, I absolutely dislike Battlezone 110%. I feel like it is a very poorly designed game mode. I feel like there are some good things that come with Battlezone. I think that there's a lot more negatives that come with Battlezone. And the reason why is because you don't have health regen, which feels bad. It doesn't feel good at all. And it forces you to play with gadgets that you don't want to play with, which I don't like, I don't enjoy, and I don't think that it should be part of the system. The drops and the crates are, they're very random, which is good, that's fine, but the dispersion of the chest makes absolutely no sense, and then trying to get anything out of the chest is an absolute headache to try to be able to deal with it. Now, they went in not so long ago and they revamped the way that the perk system worked, right? They also added in the ability to not only swap your secondary weapon once pistol and melee mastery was introduced, but buy melees to be able to buy weapons and things like that. And I agree with Jared on this thing. Having armor and a weapon available goes against the spirit of the game mode. The game mode is dropping in, trying to loot for what you can, getting into gunfights based off of what you're able to find, and rolling with it that way. But there's a lot more, in my opinion, that needs to be done with Battlezone to make it a fun mode. It is a single life game mode. It does feel very much like a single life game mode, but to the point where, like, you have no health regeneration. So you almost have to rely primarily on armor, where you have a character that ignores armor and a character that, if they link to that person, ignores armor. And the fact that shredder rounds exist and the ability to upgrade shredder rounds fully exists in Battlezone, to where your armor almost feels like a one, maybe two shot advantage that you may have on an enemy at that point, depending on how many people are shooting at you at that particular moment. There needs to be a huge change with Battlezone in the near future, or they need to take it out of quick play completely. That's just where I lie with it. Like, it could be a good game mode, but there's so much that they have to do in Battlezone to make it a good game mode. They have to configure better drops for these loot chests, like better disbursement of these loot chests, better placement of the mythic chests on some of the maps, to where one team doesn't have advantage over the mythic opposed to the other team. They need to go in there and rework how the perk system works. They need to remove the ability to purchase weapons and melee weapons in the item shop between rounds. They need to extend it from the first team to 4 rounds to like the first team to 7 or 8 rounds. They need to give a snowball effect with the economy so that you feel like you're positively contributing to the match. Like, there's so much that absolutely needs to be done, and I'm really hoping that either A, something massive in the terms of how Battlezone actually runs happens to make it a more fun, more engaging, more optimized game mode, or they need to just remove it out of quick play. They need to disable it for right now. Same thing that happened with Strikeout 2.0. Just completely remove it, disable it, try to come up with something better, go back to the drawing board for a couple of months, and then come back at a later time with hopefully a more updated and a more streamlined version of this game mode. It's absolutely what needs to happen, and I feel like if it doesn't happen, then it just feels bad for everybody that plays it. And I know that there are a lot of people out there that enjoy Battlezone. I think that those people that enjoy Battlezone enjoy the idea of what Battlezone is. Oh, this is like a little mini BR, but it's a round-based BR, and the zone could end anywhere, and the weapon drops are kind of random. And yeah, that in this, in the most broad terms of what Battlezone is, that's what it is. But in reality, you have people that are dropping into Battlezone, picking the rogues that completely dominate the game mode, runways disabled for some reason, not exactly sure why. I think it has something to do with their passive ability. When you have characters that can get mythic armor by buying all of the armor right out of the gate and continue to gain mythic armor as they down people while they're playing, or people that completely ignore armor. Like, it should be a balancing act, but it's not a ranked game mode, so it's not a balancing act. There's no counter picks. There's nothing in the game that allows that to happen. It just feels like you're at a complete disadvantage the entire game mode. I think the people that like it like the idea of Battlezone, but it's really hard for me to believe that anybody that loads into a game of Battlezone right now is having a fun, enjoyable experience playing it. The whole idea behind Battlezone is you never know what you're going to get out of the drops. You never know what you're going to go into battle with. So you're going to try to make best of what you have. If it's something that you're not good with, then maybe you'll learn how to use that weapon and learn to appreciate that weapon. If it's something that you're good with, then you may have a slight advantage on the enemy team if it's a weapon that you run constantly. That's the roll of the dice with it. That is the big question mark for the game mode. So once you eliminate that and you allow anybody the ability to go in there and purchase weapons and to be able to upgrade the perks like they can upgrade the perks, then what's the point of having the loot crates on the ground anyway? Just give everybody enough money to buy weapons right out of the gate, remove the crates completely, including the mythics, and just have a zone that pushes you. It's not... It just doesn't feel bad. It needs to be completely reworked and revamped. And hopefully, based off of what Jared said, they will give it a real hard look and take a survey, or like he said, I'll resurvey and get thoughts on it. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that like the idea of Battlezone. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that want to contribute ideas to the to the fun of what Battlezone could be. And I think that once they start taking that information and feedback in and start kind of sifting through it to see exactly where the problems with it lie, I think that they could get a really fun game mode. Even if they go in there and they, change the health regeneration time, because I think currently it's like 5 seconds whenever you get shot before your HP starts to regenerate. Even if they put something in there, in Battlezone specifically, that like made it longer before your HP started to regain, or maybe you regain HP slower after that predetermined time limit is up, it would still feel better than not having any HP whatsoever whenever you get into one weird engagement. You know what I mean? That feels the worst. Whenever you run into 1, 2, 3 people and you narrowly escape, but you have like 4 HP, you might as well jump off the map, because how are you going to be able to contribute whatsoever? If someone looks at you, you're going to go down. So you're at a complete disadvantage the entire time. Doesn't feel good for you. Doesn't feel good for your team. It feels really good for the enemy team because you've only got 4 HP. So they literally have to throw a rock and hit you with it to down you. But it doesn't feel good for anybody else. That's where I stand with it. Battlezone needs a massive rework, and I'm really looking forward and hoping that they will do everything they can in their power to develop a better, more fun, more balanced game mode. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you a fan of Battlezone? Do you like the way that Battlezone plays right now with the ability to purchase the armor and the weapons? Or do you want it to go back to kind of how the core of Battlezone was to begin with, and then have the developers kind of elaborate on that, elaborate on the core of the game mode and get it back to its fundamentals and to its foundations? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you're interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
I've got the objective. Objective acquired. Utility out.
Here they come.
Got nothing.
2 in front of me. Got one. Oh, I'm getting. How did I get that sim tag? Where did that come from? What the fuck?
I got hit by one earlier too that I didn't fucking get an indicator for. Right here. Ugh.
Literally behind him.
I have to reload. God damn it.
She's behind
on the
box.
bomb.
I
He's
killed
laying
myself.
claymores down in there. Both doors have a claymore on them.
I literally killed myself like an idiot.
30 enemies have control of the objective.
No.
Why? How did I? Okay.
Nope, I fucked it up. I'm dead right here. Literally, I knew it too, and I rolled ahead of time.
Enemies have the objective. Get it back.
Literally on Griffin. Oh my god, I can't see him. Nutty angle.
Dude, I didn't get close enough to that goddamn thing.
I'm gonna try to get him. Okay.
They're resin
Alright.
in mid, I think.
No, they can't res.
Oh, they can't.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh! Dude, you bitch!
Nice work, team.
Good job, but like, dude, just hiding on that corner, dog. Like, God. What a pussy.
When y'all both ran by and he popped out, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, what the f you doing, bro? Oh, if I can get one of them down, we might got a chance.